It's the SFL Nights it's the SFL Nights with A.J.Striker, with A.J.Striker. It's the SFL Nights it's the SFL Nights with A.J.Striker, with A.J.Striker. Ashley Jackson about the action. SFL news, come and join with interaction. Whatever happens, happens. Yeah, you will leave with satisfaction. Yeah, tell your team and tell your captain. Come and tune in, new episodes weekly. You can tune in from your room in afternoons, and when the moon hits, it's unique. It's the SFL Nights
What's up, SFL Nation? Welcome back to SFL Nights with A.J.Striker. Thank you so much for joining me today or tonight or whenever you decided to hit that play button or turn on that radio dial. I really appreciate it, y'all. So, as you know, it's the off season. Everybody's kind of chilling back, chilling and relaxing and things like that. So I decided to interview two rookies that are absolutely amazing people, and I'll let you know that let you know who in a second. But we also had SFLm action, but not in the way that you think. So normally we would have games every Friday, right? For SFLm, but big shout out to Commissioner Cameron Irvine and his lovely wife, Alexis Irvine. They just got married this past week. So congratulations to you. I do wish you the best in life. I wish nothing but love and happiness for both of you. And please, whenever you have a time, please come on the show. I would love to introduce the newlyweds, all right? But, so as I stated before, I do have two great rookie night interviews featuring Mr. DJ the Bear Bandit for San Jose Flight. And then I have Mr. Nathaniel Diggs over from Madison Lynx. And it was a great conversation with both of these guys. And I think that they will be a great addition to any locker room that should have them. But we did have, since we didn't have SFLm games, where I was going, we did have our Prospect Bowl with all of our, rookies that were voted in by the community for various positions, quarterback, running back, things of that nature, to participate in the first annual Prospect Bowl. And it was amazing to watch. I do have the results from that game as well. We're going to go over that before I get into the interviews, all right? So, shout out to Axel Raven, Daniel Wright, Johnny Reno, Shane Kaufman for keeping us entertained in the booth during this game that was this past Friday. And big shout out to Axel Raven for even putting all of this together in Cam's absence. You have been doing an amazing job with the rookies, getting them acclimated to our system, getting them acclimated to the community, things like that. So kudos to you. And again, if you ever need anything from me, I'm always here for you, but you have been doing an amazing job. All right. So this is how everything went down. All right, so the East battled the West in this game, and the East won 30-21. The East had 155 yards passing, 182 yards rushing for 337 yards total. Their time of possession was 19 minutes, 56 seconds with no mistakes. The West had 323 yards passing, only 49 yards rushing, 372 yards total. Time of possession was 24 minutes, 4 seconds with one mistake. Player of the game was running back Randy Squarebush with 18 attempts, 109 yards, 2 touchdowns, 21 reception yards. And Randy, you have been doing an amazing job. Sometimes when you don't get picked up in the draft, you can go and make your player great. And that is exactly what you have become. I can see you easily going very, very, very soon in the draft. Probably not number 2. But with that being said, I do have some honorable mentions from this game. And of course, did not get the player of the game, but still did great, win or lose. So I have quarterback For the West, Johnny Reno with quarterback rating of 99.4, 26 completions, 37 attempts, 284 yards. The West running back Douglas Brown with 10 attempts, 36 yards, 10 long, and 1 touchdown. The West wide receiver Mike Savage, 7 receptions, 128 yards, 18 yards per reception, 55 long, and a touchdown. In the East, wide receiver David Gears, 2 receptions, 27 yards, averaged 13 and a half yards per reception, and 24 long with 1 touchdown. For the defensive side of the ball, that was offense. So the defensive side of the ball, I have on the East, cornerback Laquan Smith with 2 tackles, 1 interception for 3 yards. East, defensive tackle Odette Boudreaux with 2 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, and 13 yards. Inside linebacker Nathaniel Diggs, whom you'll be hearing from very soon. And defensive end Angela Meerkat had both half sacks. Free safety Gerald Degon had 1 sack. Defensive tackle T.C. Turner and defensive end Robert Cherry had 1 and a half sack, and both had 1 and 1/2 sack. And on the West, free safety O. Grimm with 4 tackles, 2 assists, and 2 pass deflections. And finally, for the East, kicker Brooke Basil with going 3 for 3 and 50 long. So congratulations to all of you. You did an amazing job showcasing your talents on the field. And I know that you cannot wait to get back on the field this Saturday. As I said, with Kim going on, taking a little bit of a vacation to get married, things like that, celebrate his marriage. Things kind of got put off a day. So this Saturday, which is the 20th, November 20th. So that means on Saturday, November 20th, the SFLm games will start back up. And I'm sure these rookies are ready to get back out there and further pad those stats. Hopefully all of you have been making your progressions and things like that. And unfortunately, I don't have the actual times yet. That graphic is not ready at this current moment. So I do know that they usually start around 7 p.m. Eastern. Then there will be another one around 7:30. And then there's the other set of games at 9 and 9:30. But the actual times will be in the description, as well as posted on our website at www.simulationfl.net and on our Discord as well. So on the 20th, the 3-0 Annapolis Navigators will be taking on the 3-1 Tacoma Grizzlies. The 2-1 Lexington Miners that were on a bye for week 4 will be taking on the 1-3 San Jose Flight. The 3-0 undefeated Madison Lynx will be taking on the Salt Lake City Rustlers that are 2-1, and the Memphis River Runners. They are currently 1-3. They will be taking on the Ottawa Cavalry, which is also 1-3. And the Boise Mud Dogs, unfortunately, have not found their first win as of yet. They will be on a bye week this week. So good luck on Saturday. And now for my interviews with Season 18 rookie class members, inside linebacker Nathaniel Diggs of the Madison Lynx, and tight end DJ the Bear Bandit on the San Jose Flight. And remember, if you want to be on the show, no matter who you are, owners, coaches, GMs, rookies, league staff, fans, if you want to be on, just let me know. If you want to get your story out there, I'll be happy to help you tell it. All right. So stay tuned for your interviews. Thanks for listening. What is up, SFL Nation? And I am back with another great friend of mine, Mr. Giovanni Diggs. He is the middle linebacker for the Madison Lynx. How are you doing?
Good. They got it's a Nathaniel on here though.
Nathaniel, Oh, well, that's fine. Because actually, when I ask you your name, you can feel free to give us your name, your all of that good stuff. Now, so Giovanni is Giovanni Nathaniel, or is it just Nathaniel?
Nathaniel is the name. He's my son's name that I used for this player on here. My name's Edward, and Giovanni is a name that I throw out too because that's my other son's name.
I love it. I love it. Getting the children involved early. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So welcome to the show. Glad to have you here.
I'm glad to be here.
Awesome. The first question I do want to ask is, give us a little bit of information about yourself. So give me your name. Well, I think you already did that, but we do it again. Your age, hometown, some interesting facts about yourself, and your favorite NFL team.
My name is Edward Diggs. My player is Nathaniel.
Mm-hmm.
I have 4 kids. That's an interesting fact.
It is.
2 boys and 2 girls. My oldest is 11 and goes all the way down to 1. So my hometown, I was born in Evansville, Indiana, and I live in the Pigeon Forge area, Tennessee, for the past 10 or 11 years now. Mm-hmm. So I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it all. I'm 33 and just trying not to feel my age.
Listen, it's like when you hit 30, just something happens. I don't know what it is. But who's your favorite NFL team?
The Chicago Bears. I was a fan. My stepdad was from Illinois, so you can't talk trash about them. They've been losing my whole life. Got my hopes up once, so a loss is a loss to me. So I'm just hoping we turn it around here. I'm really excited for Justin Fields. He's amazing. Hopefully we can get him the coaching staff he deserves, and he really explodes. I've liked him since he played in college, so I'm really stoked we got him. I'm surprised we got him.
Oh my God, I was so happy to see them get him because, Bears has always been known for their defense, but it's like the offense is always questionable. And so when you got someone that's so powerful and so acclaimed as Justin was, I'm like, okay, so he should be good. We just got to work on our O-line, man. Like you got to have that. He got to have protection.
I like watching the Panthers a little bit too. I'm glad Cam Newton's went back to him. I think that says a lot about him as a person and as a man, to be able to do that after I think they did him dirty down there. But for him to go back and be a professional about it, I think that says a lot about him already.
Absolutely. And, maybe they realized how bad they messed up when they let him go the first time, So, learning curves. But tell me, have you ever played sports before?
I played, I did track and stuff in elementary school. I did basketball in junior high. I did a little bit of time in a semi-pro football team here in Cherokee called the War Eagles. Did linebacker for them. And then I did some co-ed softball a couple years ago, and that's when I started the age injuries. And I said, man, now I see why these pros retire at 30 and 31. So I just don't play the sports anymore unless it's on, the game system.
Listen, that's why we have places like the SFL, when you can no longer do what you, would like to do. Then you have that to fall back on and still see yourself out there making some good plays. And, one of my good friends was telling me that he tore his Achilles tendon as soon as he turned 30. Out there playing basketball. 20s, fine. 30s, done. So it's crazy.
It don't take much.
It really don't. So tell me, how did you find the SFL in the first place?
I was in another league, and I was looking through YouTube and stuff, and I'd run across it. I didn't really pay too much attention to it right at first, and then I got to meet Mike Churchill, the wide receiver for the DC Dragons over there.
Yes.
And we became good friends, and he started talking a little bit more in depth about it. And he's like, I know the graphics aren't like new age stuff, but watch it, give it a chance. And so I watched the game again, and I really liked it. I like the presentation that y'all do, the extra stuff that y'all put in there, and like the Super Bowl or championship game y'all just had a couple of days ago. It was almost like watching a real life game, and that means a lot. And the little bit extra does a lot. So I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad he talked to me about it. I knew about it back in like January and pushed it off until I signed up in May. So I've enjoyed it.
Fantastic. And that kind of segues into why did you decide to join ultimately?
Ultimately, it was just to have something else, and Mike and I could talk about, and something else fun for me. I'm a disabled vet, so I stay at home and do school work with the kids, a homeschool thing, and I don't get out and do too much. So this is kind of my escape. So I appreciate that things like this exist, because it gets me something to do, and a break from the kids and reality for a little bit.
Yes, that's necessary. It really is. You mentioned that you were in the service. What branch were you in?
I did the Army for 6 years. I got in 2006, and then got out in 2012. Did a deployment to Crit back in 2008 at Ophiuchus, and then after I had kids, I kind of got a new perspective on everything, and I decided that my time was done.
Well, that's a very interesting fact. We have a lot of service members that are in the league too, probably for the same reasons as you, so that's pretty dope. Thank you for your service, dear. All right. Do you remember your first game, the very first game you ever watched, and how it made you feel?
Yeah, actually, I had to go back and find it. It was St. Louis and Portland, season 16, week 1, and it went down to the last quarter, the last few minutes. It was a close game, so the Gladiators pulled it out, and it was good. I liked it.
Gotcha. They're one of those cornerstone teams, been around for a long time too. So you are on the Madison Lynx. Tell us, what is your experience like over there? What is the locker room like?
Ever since I got in, the locker room's been great. It's got a family feel to it. People do get excited, but they don't get carried away, if you know what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. And I like that. The pride that people have in it, the drive people have in it, and the family feel, like I said. I have a bunch of respect for the coaching staff over there, for how they help build us, what they do, and I'm honored to be on that team.
I know they're honored to have you. Explain how easy or how difficult was the process of you initially joining, getting on a team, and things of that nature, just for someone that is interested, that may want to join?
The process was pretty easy. The signing up, the make your pay when you decide. There's so many options. Mm-hmm. Even if somebody new wanted to do, a 1 month thing and test it out, it's not like they're committed to the 6 month or 1 year subscription.
Mm-hmm.
So that's nice. Once I got in and the team was assigned, the coaching staff, everybody's quick. You're not waiting forever to say what's going on. So that was smooth. I enjoyed that. I like that. But when you get into the general chat, there's podcasts and shows and stats and games. It's kind of overwhelming at first. So you just got to check it out one little bit at a time. So.
Mm-hmm. Take your time and just go through it. You have plenty of time.
Mm-hmm.
And tell us about your experience as being a player so far, middle linebacker first. Was that the position that you initially wanted? or was that like what was all available and they just gave it to you? How did that go?
When I signed up, I wanted to be inside linebacker, middle linebacker.
Okay.
But I got put at outside. My first season, I played with Thunderman.
Okay.
Linebacker.
Leon Thunderman.
He had that spot locked down. So I played outside with him. We had a couple amazing games. It was an honor to play with him. And for him to go, first in the draft was great to see. But when he left, I felt like I had played enough in that outside spot and well enough to make the move to what position I really wanted to play and be able to play well in it. And it's worked out great so far. I'm glad that the move was able to be made. And being a Bears fan, I'm all about that defense.
That's right. That is right. And it's funny because I'm looking at first of all, I didn't realize that you had been a part of the SFL before this.
It was just like, I think it was 2, maybe 3 games max. I came in right towards the end.
Okay. Got it. Okay. So I'm noticing your stats, and even for this last game when you all took on Ottawa and you won. So you had 4 tackles, 3 assists, 2 tackles for loss, 1 pass deflection, interception for 5 yards. I've actually noticed that you've been getting quite a few interceptions too. Do you think it's because of the way you built your player? Or do you think that it's because of your kind of second year in the SFLm, being able to kind of build your player up, things like that? What do you attribute to that?
I think that I'm giving credit to the coaches on that, the upgrades they put in place. They have a great eye for what the team needs. I've noticed that, I'll rush in sometimes when the opportunity presents itself, and I get there pretty quick. But I tend to fall back just a little bit more. And if I could actually hold on to some of these balls, I could have had a couple more interceptions, I think. But for some reason, I just bat them down there. So I'm looking to kind of improve on that.
Gotcha, because that was going to be my next question to you. Just rate your player overall. And obviously, you just mentioned that you want to be able to secure the ball a little bit more. And it's important for whatever if you noticing things with your player that you want to change, let your coaching know, and then they'll notify you, which I'm sure they've been doing, but they'll tell you where to spend your points to be able to make that happen. And but those guys are pretty good over there in kind of guiding you on what you need to do and things like that. So I'm sure you're in good hands.
Oh yeah, I got a lot of faith in them. I trust them. The defense, I picked defense because to me it's more exciting. Interceptions, sacks, fumbles, and I get a little bit more opportunity, I think, to make a play happen on the defensive side of the ball. With my player in general, I have a high standard for myself for an overall. I have a high standard for myself, so I'm just going to give myself like a B right now.
Okay.
Due to being able, batting the balls down is good. Like I said, I'd like to hold on to them. I've done well, but there's always room for improvement, no matter how good your player is. So there's a difference between cocky and confident, and I'm a confident person. I'm a confident player. I have pride in my team, and like I said, I have honor in what I do. I'm a man of my word. I'm faithful to my team, and like I said, I always want to give my best out there, be able to do the best, and be able to leave the field knowing that what I did made an impact for the team, win or lose.
Absolutely. And that's important. That's important for anybody, any GM or owner that's listening to the conversation that we're having today. Because we do take all of that into consideration when we are interviewing you. Are you going to be in the league for a long time? Do you plan on staying with the team that you're originally drafted to? Things of that nature. Do you want to stick with the position? So with that, if somebody wanted to draft you at another position besides middle linebacker, would you be willing to do that? Or besides the linebacker position, period. Would you be willing to do that? Or do you want to just stay at linebacker?
You mean other than moving back to outside?
Yes.
Inside? Okay, to a different position.
Mm-hmm.
If it would benefit the team, if the coach knew what was going on, had looked at my player and my overalls or ratings and how my build would impact a different position, I think I'm built big enough to possibly make a move to like a defensive end, left end, right end, maybe. The coach looked at it. I don't think, just looking at it from a football IQ point, I don't think that a cornerback spot, I'd get burned. So some spots, but yeah, I'm willing to move, and I think I've proved that I'm willing to make a move for a team. Okay. Just when I created my player, wanting that inside spot and going outside and proving myself enough to be able to move inside, and the coaches have confidence in me to put me on the inside. So I think that says a lot already, being able to be flexible with that. But I plan on, continuing to have a good season and hopefully prove myself well enough to, not only make it through the draft and onto a team, but to prove to that team that, hey, we can consider this guy for, this position he's in, or, battle it out with somebody. Looking at the stats and stuff, Earl Fields is an amazing linebacker. And for me to kind of hang in there with him throughout the season, stats-wise so far, has been great. I mean, some people can say, Madison really hasn't played anybody too hard yet. That's okay. I think we still got the best defense in the league, and I'm looking forward to the last 3 games of the season. We got a tough schedule at the end of the season, and I think game of the season will probably be, us in Annapolis, and I think we'll do well. I think we can win it. Like I said, when I was on Axel's show before we had our first game, I said, this is a different Madison team than last year. I said, we're going to shock a couple people. We're going to play better than people expect. And we've held true to that so far. And we plan on continuing it.
Awesome. I love the confidence and everything. So what are your expectations from the team that drafts you?
My expectations from the team that draft me, other than winning, right. And like I said, that's all fun, winning. But I'm being a Bears fan, I know all about the losses. So, like I said, I take pride in my team. I have confidence in my team. Whatever team, win or lose, I'm going to be one to tough it out. You took the chance on me to draft me, so I'm in it. I plan on having a long, successful career in the SFL, and hopefully, being able to really get my name out there. I know minors isn't the pros, and somebody can have an amazing minor season and become a bust in the pro. I don't plan on that happening to me, but it's a different level. It's a different level.
It is. And trust me, you will be utilized properly in the pros. That's not going to be a problem. A lot of these owners and coaches have been doing it for a very long time. And I think it's great. As I've been telling everybody, I think it's absolutely amazing that you guys have so many games to be able to improve your player, so many chances to do that. Because we only had 1 game when I was a rookie to show off the talent that you progressed to. And then that was it. Then there was draft time. So that's pretty dope. So what type of personality will you be bringing to someone's locker room? Because that's important too.
Personality, not to throw other leagues out, but to just give an example of how I do. Like I said already, just not to keep repeating myself, but the pride and confidence in my team and my player, and there being a fine line between stepping over. I not only hold myself to that, I hold teammates to that, and it wouldn't be a problem, to say, hey, you took it a little bit too far in chat, or hey, tone it down a little bit, because it all comes back down to respect. This is a family, like they said at the Prospect Bowl. It's all fun and games. At the end of the day, we're all in the chat. We're all in this together. And win or lose, there's always another game. You have a chance to improve. Your player's not gonna play like that forever. Just tell the coach, like you said, your concerns. Make those little adjustments. One adjustment can make or break your player. One adjustment. You can have a bad game. You get that one little upgrade for check-in, and you can be a totally different person on the field. So don't get too wrapped up in it or too upset about it.
Little
one. A lot of people get that.
Gotcha. That's your little one, huh?
Yeah, she's waking up from that.
Oh, I understand. Trust me, I have a 5-year-old and I have a 14-year-old, so I totally understand.
Either that or My Little Pony went off.
I got you. So I'm not gonna hold you too much longer, but tell me, what are your thoughts about the Prospect Bowl that you were involved in? I know that was a great time for you all to have. What are your thoughts on that?
Axel and them had a great idea with the Prospect Bowl, and the work they put into it was amazing. I think it's a great idea. I think SFL should continue to carry that on. It's a nice little special thing to do in that break where people still get some football, and it gives the coaches and the pros a chance to look. I mean, the Prospect Bowl is as close talent-wise as we're going to get to these coaches being able to see how we play against a pro team. There's so many user-submitted players in there that have the high level. That's as close as we're going to get to being in a pro game until draft day if we get drafted. So it was great. I want to thank everybody that voted for me to be in that game. I want to say congratulations to everybody that was nominated. And I'm happy with how I played. And win or lose, like I said, with that, everybody on that field should have held their head high at the end of the game. They were a part of history for the SFL. And even being nominated, you made history for the SFL. And it was an honor to be a part of that and to play as well as I did. And it was the cherry on top, a little bit a bonus to see my name at the bottom of the banner down there for the tackles. And it made my night. It did. Everybody played well. I loved being able to play with some of the Madison players over there.
Yeah.
And it was great. And shout out to Squarebush. I mean, who can stop this guy?
Did he pancake somebody, didn't he?
I missed the first quarter. I was taking care of them, and that's why I didn't commentate. I've been helping Axel out on the show a couple times.
Gotcha.
And,
I've seen you. I've seen you.
I helped him out with another little skit. Hopefully we can continue, which was Paul. So
nice.
That was fun.
I love it. I love the fact that you guys are having a good time. Man, this is a great way to spend your time too. You could be out there in the streets doing something else, but you're here at home watching yourself playing on the field, and I think that's always good. One more question for you. Did you want to get involved in the league in any other aspect? So that could be broadcasting, stats, scouting. I mean, you're already helping Axel, with his show and things like that. So you're getting your feet wet a bit.
Oh yeah, I talked to Axel about that. First it was, hey, come on, you can help out and get your name out a little bit. And to all of these new people that are listening, if you haven't gone on this show or another one, do it. It does help. It helped me, I think, with the nominations and stuff. It shows people that you're not only vested in this league a little bit financially, but it does mean enough to you to get involved and do something. With Axel, I told him that even if I get drafted in this draft, I'd like to continue to help him over there in the minors. I had fun with it. I enjoyed it. And it's something that I'd kind of like to continue with him. As far as the stats and stuff go, I would have to kind of look at that later come back to that. And scouting, I would have to come back to that at a later time. The wife, she works CNA and her schedule's kind of all over the place. So hopefully they get some help and I can get her on a set schedule and I can kind of figure all that out. I would hate to commit to something that's of that big of importance and such a big responsibility, especially scout wise, and not be able to hold up my end. Like I said, I'm a man of my word. I'm gonna do what I say I'm gonna do, and I'm not gonna do something and tell you I'm gonna do it and not be able to do it right. So that was something I'd have to look at later.
Hey, I respect that. And I think most of the people that are listening would too. And last question for you is, name one goal that you have in the SFL, for the SFL, and in real life that you will want to accomplish by this time next year.
Goal for the SFL, other than being drafted and other than winning championships, I'm gonna say I want to be able to go out there and be consistently good for whatever team I play for. I know everybody has a bad game every now and then, but I'm gonna try my best not to let that happen. Mm-hmm. That's what I want. I want to be played well enough that my team succeeds as well as I succeed. I'm not trying to come across as me. That's not what I'm doing. But everybody wants to see their player play well. Everybody wants to see, decent stats for themselves. So that's my goal, is to continue to play well, continue to improve, continue to do my best every time I'm out there, and to help my team win as much as possible. And then for real life, I'd say my goal is to continue to do what I'm doing, and hopefully it's all, good enough. We don't appreciate what our parents do until we're older. So hopefully, all my kids realize that, daddy wasn't always just saying no, even though he don't like to say no, but we really didn't need it. He did his best for what he could. And it's all about, making them proud, so cool. That's what I want.
Beautiful. And we will revisit that this time next year. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I hope that you're going to be on the show before then, but yeah, we'll revisit the goals and everything to see if you accomplish them around this time. But again, thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you for sharing more about yourself. Like I said, I see you on on Axel's show all the time. Axel's show all the time. And I think you guys are doing an absolutely amazing job over there. For Axel to take the rookies, the whole getting rookies acclimated to the league so seriously, and for him to devote so much time to it is a great thing. And that's one of the reasons why I love this community, because when you recognize something needs to be addressed or needs to be, manage things like that, you put your hat in there and then just do it. And he's been doing an awesome job. So kudos to you both for doing your thing, Edward. Okay.
Thank you for all you do too. I mean, it's refreshing, I guess. I don't know if it's the way you sound or what, but your shows are fun to watch. It's relaxing to watch, and I enjoy it. So keep it up. I mean, 100 plus, 200 shows. I mean, we can only aspire to have that many. Most people don't make it that long. So congrats to you.
I appreciate that. And you will. I mean, the thing is, you got to stick with it. I've been doing this every week, missing very minimal weeks from 2018, December of 2018 until right now. So, you got the dedication for it, you can do it. But again, come back on the show anytime you want to. When I'm doing these breakdowns of the SFLm games, if you are not too tired out by me and hanging out with Axel, you can come on and help me go over some things too. I'd love to have you, okay?
Yeah, I appreciate it. Oh, one more thing. Congrats on your playoff run.
I appreciate it. I was actually going to see if you had any questions for me before I let you go.
No, I don't think I have too many questions for you. Like I said, well, here's one. As a coach part in there, how do you really view the minors? I mean, are you able to catch every game, or do you just go kind of off stats, or do you go back and watch those later, or how does being so invested with the pros affect your time with the minors?
It can affect it tremendously. First of all, I pride myself in trying to be a part of every game. Whether I am there for 1 minute saying hi to everybody, or whether I stay through the entire game, pros and minors. That's just been me. When you're a community ambassador, some people think that that's just a cute name that people voted you in for that kind of stuff. But for me, I've always taken it serious. Like if you tell me that I am the ambassador for the community, that means I got to be there. That means I got to show face. That means I'm either going to be in chats, or I'm going to be DMing people, seeing how they're doing, or I'm going to be trying to go to every single game. When it comes to me looking for rookies, I do try to attend every game. If I don't, I will go back and watch them. And on my show, I often use the stats to be able to give everybody the information, because I have radio listeners too. And so I give everybody the information in regards to all of you. And then I have to go back and get the stats so I can let everybody know how the game went, and even how you are as individuals are doing. So for those that can't watch the game or are not really into it, or only waiting until like around draft time to actually pay attention, because it's a combination of those things, I kind of want to have like it documented, like, hey, this is what ABC, this is what they've been doing over here. So if you want to go back and look at these shows, if you have any questions, like even with if somebody wants to know who you are as a person, I like to be able to have this archive to be able to say, hey, well, Nathaniel is this ABCD. He's Bears fan. His aspiration is to stay with the team that he wants to be with. The first go around. He's not somebody who wants to explore. Mm-hmm. Just to be able to answer those different questions for people that come to me and ask.
Oh yeah, that was another thing too. That's another thing. I understand that this is just like the pros in real life. This is a business. Trades happen. Things happen. If I'm on a team, the pride I have in that team that I play for, if I was to get traded at a later date, because I said if I have a long career, it's a possibility to happen. And if it did happen, there wouldn't be any hard feelings or anything like that. I understand it. It's all part of it. And it's a new adventure. So that's something else I wanted to throw out there.
And that's important too. But I would imagine that anybody that wants to have somebody that is as vocal and that is willing to be a part of the league as you are, they would want to do everything in their power to make sure they keep you.
Well, I appreciate it. I'm going to have to grab her because she's screaming again. So
have a good one. It was a pleasure.
Being back.
All right. Please do. All right. See you soon.
Right, you have a blessed day.
You too. I'll talk to you later. And I'll see you next week, actually. All right. Okay. Bye-bye. All righty, we are back with my second interview for Rookie Nights, and he is Mr. DJ the Bear Bandit, San Jose Flight. Right in. How are you?
I'm doing good. How about yourself, Ash?
I am doing fantastic. Thank you for making time for me, brother. I know you're a busy man, and I really appreciate it.
Oh, yes, ma'am. You are just as busy. So, hey, it just whenever we can make it work.
Absolutely. So tell me, let's get started with the good stuff. Who are you? So what's your name, your real name, if you want to give it to us, your age, your hometown, and some interesting facts about yourself, and your favorite NFL team.
All right. Well, going to be lots of controversy on that last one. But my name is Drew Howarth. That's DRU, like Drew Hill from back in the day. Howarth, and I swear that's my real legal name. Drew Howarth, HOWETH. I come from a little town called Azle, Texas, just right outside of Fort Worth. I actually am friends with old J-Rock from Atlanta, Marco Swift out of the Hyenas, and both Swift boys, to be honest, we all work together. So we're on the same hometown. And my favorite team is going to be the Dallas Cowboys, ride or die all day long.
That's not terrible. I mean,
if you're not a Cowboy fan, it's terrible.
I mean, it ain't too, as long as you say Green Bay, then we have a problem.
Well, right. I'm just talking about everybody hating.
Well, I will say, some of y'all Dallas fans be going a little bit overboard. Y'all win a few games, and next thing you know, oh my God, my team is there. Okay, calm down. Still a lot of season.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't go straight into Super Bowl looks off of a 2-win streak. I mean, don't let me wrong. We look pretty good at the beginning of this, but hey, whenever the Broncos just sat us down like that, that's the eye opener. You know, we're not the number one team, but we are in the contendership. So I'm ride or die no matter what. And fun little fact, the year I was born in 95, so I'm 26 years old. I forgot to mention that. But with that being said, the year I was born and the year my father was born, which was 71. So Roger Staubach era and Troy Aikman era, both years they won the Super Bowl. So that's just, I can't, it's fate at that point. So.
I'm assuming so. So that means whatever team you're going to be on, y'all going to instantly win a championship, right?
I wouldn't say that, but I will say that no matter what, it's in my blood. I bleed blue, so here we go. Okay. We them boys.
I love it. So have you ever played sports yourself?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, it was mostly all just through high school and whatnot. But I did start having kids really soon. Actually had a half scholarship at TCU where old Deion Sanders is, hopefully going to be becoming head coach. But with that being said, the last game that we had, I ended up getting a very bad hyperextended knee, like the Thursday practice before our last game, which I had a scout come out, and that's the game that got me the actual scholarship because I still played. What I did was I just folded some old padding behind the back of my knee and just taped it real intense and made sure that I was able to run and cut on it enough to where Doc would clear me. And I went ahead and did it, and I had one of the best games I ever had. I had like a punt block because I was a defensive lineman is what I was. I was defensive end, but I was also backup fullback, and that was the play that got me out. I did a sweep 8. And one of our players, for some reason, had the audacity to cut me and just hyperextended my knee. But still played the game and got at least the opportunity to go to TCU, on just a half scholarship for my academic. That was before I even graduated. So with that being said, I still graduated with 3.8. And if I had it everything going for me, then would have been fine. But I started having kids and, hey, life calls. So going to work, here we are.
Understood. But hey, at least you got some great stories to tell the little ones. You know what I mean?
I try. I still got the letter.
There you go. Yeah. And sometimes things happen for a reason, you were just supposed to be a dad at that point. That's all it was.
I guess so. At 16. Yeah.
That's a whole nother show. We'll go on that.
Right.
But tell me, how did you find the SFL?
Well, basically Marco Swift was the one that really got me just wanting to get into it. I mean, like I said, J-Rock and everybody else was on getting with it too as well, and I've seen them having fun with it, and I've always been a huge football fan, whether it be fantasy. I watch other games whether I like fantasy or not. Just football is in my blood. It's just if I can go outside just throw the pigskin, it makes me feel good. So Marco, though, he was the main one, and he actually, whenever I was signing up, I was having a lot of problems because I couldn't find my old email that my Google and stuff was set up with. And over about, I think it was almost an hour and a half of him going in between all the information that I gave him, because I just gave up. I was like, man, I don't know what to do. I don't know about Discord. I don't know none of this. And finally, he just kept pushing me, and here we are now, and I'm full-fledged in, and I ain't going nowhere. So until y'all kick me out, good luck.
I love it. What was the first game that you remember watching? And then is that the reason why you decided to join ultimately?
Man, the first game that I actually watched was, I would say it was a Houston game from Marco.
Okay.
Man, I don't know what it was, but he just seemed to be like one of the most dominant cornerbacks on the entire, the whole season that he was in. No matter what game he was in, if he wasn't getting a pick, he was getting so many pass deflections, and I just seen how much it was hyping him up. And all of us, we have like a group chat that we all talk because we all work together too, so I would just get blown up constantly. I was like, man, okay, well, I'm tired of just getting blown up 100% of the time and not knowing actually what's going on. So I went ahead and joined in. So, but that game, I think he had a pick 6, another interception, but he was just shy. I remember it was the last game of his rookie season. that I think Adam Leach, maybe that's who it was, or somebody else. I think that's who it was that just beat him for one interception to break the record. And man, we talked about that for about a month on. But from that point on, I mean, it's just been blow and go every week. We're talking about it, and they're getting into the other stuff. I'm just trying to dedicate my time to this right now for the extra time I got. But man, it just always seems to be a nail biter, and almost because you just really can't predict what's going to happen in AI, so it just makes it that much more fun.
It's true, just like in a real game. I mean, how was I supposed to predict that my Bears is going to miss the daggone field goal?
Oh man, and I watched that game too. Like, man, could not believe it. Could not believe that one. And what was it? It was like 27 yards?
Yeah.
Or no, was that what it was? 27 or
I think it was shorter? No, it was. I think it was a little bit more than that. I think it was more than that, but he was on point to get it. And
right. That's his hashtag spot, everything. AI. Gotta love it.
Rep 62.
Right.
There was some bad calls in that game too, but we'll talk again. I talk about that stuff all the time. But what is the San Jose Flight's locker room like? And how are you enjoying your season so far?
I mean, completely have enjoyed it. I mean, there has been just as much emotion it feels like I'm just like back into the football game, like really. And that's really, I think, what this is all about, just getting that one step closer. And it was a brilliant idea. I mean, just to really, for those that really love the game that much, to where it doesn't matter, like you could be a Jets fan, I'd say, any Jets fans out there, but haven't been that great. And just, you're going out there to the games, you're grinding out. I mean, does not matter. I mean, you love football, and that has just been the biggest deal for me on just the SFL in general. Now, with my team, I completely adore my team. I had a little spurt in like the first or second game where I was just kind of irritated because I'm a tight end, but I'm just thinking on what I see in normal games. Hey, these guys are getting more, why ain't I? But at the same time, you have to kind of fall back and think, maybe you're getting utilized in different run schemes, or there's just, with what I was told with the AI and everything too, that kind of just opened up my eyes a little bit more too, just instead of just, it wasn't like it was directed at me, it's just, These are the steps of the game. You got to learn it and just, keep progressing. That's how your player's going to get better. And it goes off basically rank. So with that being said, it's just a grind, and that just makes me want it that much more. And with just a couple little plays that I've had, I mean, it just has fired me up. I mean, I love it. And my coach, Art Vandelay, shout out Art, man. I love you to death, man. You come up with some little tiny things that just make our days even that much better that, you can. I mean, just little motion clips in the chat, or, he's actually trying to put himself out there and show that he cares to each individual player, and that means a lot, you know what I mean? And Yogi Bar, man, that dude is, I mean, he was building me, so y'all better watch out. I tell you what, that dude is the genius, man. And I told him I'm getting set up for Jason Witten 2.0, so
there you go.
I'm coming for you boys. But anyway, I mean, the whole atmosphere, really, I mean, just a couple of guys we've let in the last couple of weeks too has just been great. I mean, we're all trying to step in and, if any questions they've got, answer them, joke with them, just make it a family and make sure that we're on everybody about progressions and everything else. Just a whole team atmosphere all around. I'm all about it.
Phenomenal. Do you plan on being in the league? Well, participating in the league besides the player? Well, I don't know if you had time, but like stats, broadcasting, scouting, anything like that?
Actually, Tom Riddle, he actually, as soon as I got into the league, he was the first person to ever message me in Discord and asked if I was wanting to, try doing any type of scouting and whatnot. And I mean, it definitely crossed my mind, and that's something I think as I'm going into this, and maybe if I get drafted this year, I will dedicate time away from that and try to help out on minor stuff and just build myself up. But at the time, I didn't really want to, just jump right into it whenever I was having a problem with Discord as it was, you know what I mean? So I just, I just want to get my feet wet on my rookie year. And I think I'm going to be able to eventually do some type of scouting or coaching at some point in time, or anything I can do to help out this league, because I love it so much.
Awesome. All right, then. So, tight end. Was that the position that you wanted to select? Were you looking for a different position, or do you just enjoy that? Because I think you were saying that you were on defense.
Yes. Well, I actually really played all sides of the ball. I was just one of those players. I never wanted to be off the field, period. Like I said, I was a backup fullback. So on 3rd and 1s and stuff like that, I may not have been the biggest looking, like thickest guy, because I was only about 180 pounds back then. But I think I ran my last best 40 as a defensive lineman. I was like, I think 180, and it was 4.7. So it's not real fast, but it's not terrible. And that much weight coming at you that fast, you better watch out.
Truck coming at you. I don't need that.
Oh yeah, I'm coming one way or another. I'm getting that ball, or I'm tackling the guy with the ball. But all the way around, tight end is what I wanted to do offensively, on just kind of what I've seen, what was needed. Because like I said, I talked with Marco and J-Rock and everybody just throughout of what was kind of, here are some highlight points of what you could do this or this, or, with being a tight end, if I needed to on a team need or something, I could switch out a position. And that just, I just want to be versatile. It's kind of like how I was. So that's kind of what gravitated me towards tight end.
Cool. So that means if someone was to draft you at a different position, or would like to draft you at a different position, you wouldn't necessarily have an issue with that, right?
No, ma'am. No, not at all. I am completely open to being a teammate and making sure that whatever the field need is filled, and not just a player need, because we can't win this by one man, so
absolutely,
it's gotta be a team.
Absolutely. So what are your expectations from the team that will draft you?
I really don't expect too much. I mean, I expect myself to want to, make sure that I make that switch, because I know, Discord, doing the player change, to do your progressions and whatnot is a little bit different, just getting more adapt to that, and coming into the team environment. I'm not trying to be an Odell Beckham and, try and turn and twist everything up and make it all for me. I want to make sure that I conform to what you guys got going, and if I can help with what I got going as being just a player, hey, by all means, let's get it going, so I'm not trying to change anything, but if I can change it for the better, then here we are.
Awesome. So tell me, what kind of personality will you bring to someone's locker room then?
If you watch any type of film on Jason Witten's after shows or that's basically who I am. I'm real calm, cool, collected for the most part. I don't really get into the smack talk too much. I let my player speak for himself. Just making sure that I'm doing everything I can on my side of the ball, and trying to boost those that are feeling down at times or whatever, and hey, on general chats, I don't mind if you guys made a good play on the opposing side. Hey, good job, guys. That was a nice route. That was a good play. Hey, I'm gonna get you next time. So hey, it's all fun and games.
Gotcha. And it's true, and that's what it's so easy because we are investing in the league money wise and time wise. It is very important for you to get that
fulfillment.
Exactly. Because if you don't, then you're not going to want to play. You're not going to want to be around. So I understand that. And it's just also about being patient too, because as you know, it just takes time. You know how AI is. It favors, if you're a gold player, if you have a gold quarterback, more than likely they're passing it to the gold receivers first, and then everybody after, if they're covered.
Well, even bronze just coming in, just all the way around, just rank is how it has to be. You have to earn your keep.
Got to build up. That's it. And hopefully you guys are armed, which I am almost 100% certain that your coaches and Art Vandelay and Yogi Bar all the coaches of the SFLm are trying to guide you guys.
Shout out Dave. I haven't even talked about you, Dave, but my bad, brother. Shout out you, Dave.
Oh, Doug Day?
Well, Dave from he's our defensive progressive man, basically, and he's a monster too. Just that Buster Johnson guy that we got, I mean, he was a huge impact in the first week. I mean, just amazing. So hey, whatever they're doing, I trust the process, and I'm full-fledged into it. And it was such an honor to be a part of the Prospect Bowl too.
Tell us about it. Tell us about how you. That was my next question. How did you enjoy it, man?
It was so much of an honor. Like I would have never have thought that I would have been voted for or anything like that, and thank you all that did.
You're welcome.
Just showing that I appreciate that, but all that just showed, even just being tight end 1, like even a tight end 2, I would have been just as honored. But man, I did not expect that one coming. And my buddy J-Rock, he was the one that messaged me. I think I was doing something with the babies here. I don't even remember what it was. I was so excited whenever I saw the message. Like, dude, you made it. Not only did you make it, you made tight end 1. I was like, oh my God, you're playing with me, right? Sure enough, I got that saved. I'm gonna frame it and put it on my wall somewhere, I swear.
I love it.
It was awesome.
These are the moments that you will always remember, like little things, especially when the draft comes. Oh man, that's gonna be a whole different beast, man. You should try to record the reaction if you can. And shit.
I'm gonna get my girl to try to on her phone. I mean, I may not have it, for you guys just yet, but if I get a chance to post it anywhere or send it to you, I'll let you know.
Perfect. I would love that. And you know me, I'll put it right on here so to show everybody how you reacted. I love doing stuff like that. But last question.
I get hyped.
That's fine. I love it. You saw our video when we were in there.
All right. Oh yeah.
We did.
Oh yeah.
But last question for you, and then I'm gonna let you go because I know you got the little ones to get to. But
ma'am,
name a goal for the SFL and for your real life that you would like to have accomplished by this time next year.
This time next year, I want to be able to have more, I guess, connections with all players in the SFL, whether you be a rookie or a general manager. I want to get more involved into it. Like Marco boys, they went to the convention here in Houston this last year, and it seemed to be a lot of fun. And that seems like something I might want to be try to at some point in time. Hey, vacation sounds awesome, but if you get to have fun while you're doing it on top of fun, you can't go wrong. So that'd be one of the first ones. But my player and overall, because I don't want to miss no progressions or nothing like that. I want to make sure that I'm loyal to the game and make sure that I'm on top of everything and helping those more even than I am so now, which I have been. I've been a little bit of a talking to the locker rooms and whatnot, but I want to be that leader, coming forward to keep on helping people and letting people know about the SFL, just to keep growing this thing. Because this is something, you guys are onto something. I'm telling you, like, most people don't know about this, especially down where we're at. Whenever I talk about SFL, nobody hardly knows what it is. So I'm going to do what I can to progress this and get us more out there, especially with the new openings coming this subseason. So, hey, let's get it.
Amazing. And we appreciate all of that. Even if you decided you wanted to write some articles, or if you wanted to do anything like that, you have the opportunity to do that here, which probably wouldn't be offered to you in any other community, especially an online community like this, but even in real life. Like, how many people are out here can actually do broadcasting? Right. Hey, I'm going to go call this game right quick. Nobody. Not too many anyway.
No. So, and it's experience. You get it underneath your belt. You get more comfortable with it as you go. I mean, you just get nothing but better and better as much as you want to put into it, So, hey, it's up to you.
And who knows? You never know where it could lead to. Like, it could lead to a real job, an editing or graphics, working for ESPN or something like that. So it's all
while you're having fun.
Exactly, dude. Do you have any questions for me before I let you go?
Oh man, when is going to be the draft time for you guys in the SFL? I just haven't. That's just a question quick off my mind.
The actual draft. I want to say it's like maybe the third week of December. Maybe, I'm not quite sure, but as far as our draft time, like when we're looking for people, that started like
weeks ago.
12, like, or maybe probably week 10, week 12, just reaching out to different people, seeing who's gonna go where and all this kind of stuff. So as a GM, our stuff starts majorly early because you want to try to get a jump on the other teams. Now, I must say this too. Just because we talk to you, and if we don't pick you, or somebody else picks you, things like that, I don't want people to get too caught up in their feelings as like some people have in the past, and take it personally. A lot of times we are trying to provide our team with the specific team build that the owners want or that they envision. Sometimes we have a set plan for something and it doesn't work out. Sometimes you get selected. Like if I wanted to draft you and then you got snatched up, now we got to go to the drawing board that's why we talk to so many people. And
you have to have multiple, thoughts in your head of, hey, what if this happens? What can we fall back on? Or, what else do we want to work on coming forward? If that position isn't available, we want to go to the next round or something. It's just like a real draft,
Exactly.
I mean, it is a thought process, and that's why you guys get paid the artificial big bucks.
Exactly. Hopefully that'll translate into real big bucks once Cam gets this thing up,
right. Get it, Cam. Get it, Cam.
Actually, worldwide, because technically we have people from all over the world that watch us, so that's dope, and even make up the league itself. So
not even make it just the NFL, make it the National Football League.
Yes,
that would be
worldwide
awesome.
Football. That's right.
Yes.
Include everybody. But listen,
that'd be awesome.
DJ, it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure talking to you. I'm going to give you the last word. That could be a shout out, a song, or a poem that you want to do right now. The floor is yours.
Let's see. Last word. My last word is the bear is coming.
Check it, write it down, take a picture. That's what he's saying. All right. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you.
All right. I appreciate you, actually. Thank you very much. Y'all have a good rest of your night.
And come back whenever you want to, man. You're always invited if you want to come help me break down some of these SFLm games or even games in the future for the pros. Let me know. I got you.
Oh, sounds great to me. We'll be in touch.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.